Oh no, don't lower your prices. Today, we're going to talk about lowering your prices. Is it black and white? Or don't try to get rich off of one job? Those are two sides of the coin that I want to talk about today. Once again, here at Energize Us, we want to go over the limiting beliefs when it comes to the trades, skilled trades professional, as well as giving some tips, tricks to business owners, entrepreneurs who are opening up their own business. They're coming into the skilled trades themselves and they need some help. And recently we've been discussing on Instagram and with a lot of individuals, so many people ask the same question. What do I do if someone's asking me to lower their prices? Or should I lower my prices? And this is a very interesting conversation to have. One, because I have my own personal experiences running my business, my operations. Two, we understand there's an industry standard or an industry norm on what you should be charging. And three, we know there's a lot of individuals who've been in the trades for a while. They don't have the ability to teach and they don't have the ability to explain their viewpoints across. So we have two sides of the coin. Don't lower your prices. And I like to push, stop trying to get rich off of one job. These are two coins. Now, what's in the middle? The middle comes experiences. The middle comes testimonies. The middle depends on the market you're at. Which one do you lean more towards? So let's jump right into it with, do I lower my prices? Should I lower my prices? Can I lower my prices? And the first question I want you to start thinking about is, what is your price? I want you to think about that for a moment. What is your price? For so many people coming into the skilled trades, we learn how to work with our hands. We recognize our labor, our skill set has a monetary value. That's when we not only get paid for what we're doing, but a lot of us like to moonlight, some people call it side jobs on the weekend. So now we start doing work, we start recognizing, oh, I can make much more money doing this on the side than at work. But then you grow the experience, you get the license, you get the credentials you need, and now you're saying, now imagine if I make this into a business, how much can I make? Now the way you operate your business is completely different from how you operate side jobs. Not only by the structure of your business, but now you have to understand your pricing structure. So many people come into the trades thinking, oh, either I'm gonna just charge what I do for side work, because you don't have a lot of overhead, you don't have a lot of vehicles, insurance, all that stuff is out the window when you're doing side work. But when you're operating a business, you need to understand your structure. You need to understand your bottom line. You need to understand this is my minimum just to keep business in operations. That is also known as your overhead. Your overhead is what keeps your business going. You never want to go beyond or lower, and as in beyond, as in the threshold. You don't want to go below your overhead operating rate. But you just said, Wilson, you said you can lower your rates or stop trying to get rich off of one job. There's two sides to understanding your numbers, your pricing. So many people come in and they just say, hey, I charge $75 an hour, $100 an hour, $125 an hour. And they don't understand their pricing structure. A lot of people don't understand what it means to just keep the lights on, or they don't understand how to express that. So when they say, don't lower your numbers, they're just saying that because they don't know how to explain themselves. When on the other hand, I can say, what were your numbers? So we have operating cost, your overhead, and then you have your profitability. That's where you get to take home money. So if you charge $100 an hour just for overhead, let's say your profit margins is 20 to 30%, which is normally industry standard. 20 to 30%, DOL, you can look at it. So let's say you're charging 120, 125, 130 an hour. So for every $100 you sell, you get to keep $30 of it. That's profitability. So many people say, don't lower your numbers because you'll go out of business. You'll only go out of business if your numbers are below operating cost, your overhead. So if my overhead's $100 an hour, for example, and I charge you $99 an hour because I wanted to get the job, I wanted to give a sale, I wanted to give a discount, I trust that person, it's a family member, it's a friend. Now you're putting your business in jeopardy. When you are going to help somebody, when you're going to do something out of your own profit, that's a completely different story. Because now you can argue with, hey, I typically charge $125. I'm going to do this job for $115 for you. Now I'm sacrificing my pocket, what's coming into my money, my bank, my business, and I won't affect overhead. Can you lower prices now with that viewpoint, with that way of explanation? Can you lower a price? Yes. Now here's the next question. Do I recommend doing that for every single job you have? Absolutely not, because now you're going to be devaluing yourself. At the end of the day, market dictates your value. And I say that from time and time again. You can charge whatever you want. You can charge $200 an hour, but the market has the right to now deny you as well. It's not only one side versus the other. It's a mutual dance. Market dictates value. Remember that. Market dictates value. So we now know that you can lower a price and keep business open. There we go. So now that breaks the limiting belief where it says don't lower your prices or you lose business. We already broke that. My argument to that is by experience, and my argument to the counter is stop trying to get rich off of one job. So many people charge top dollar, swing for the fence every time to try to get rich off of one job. Milk the cow for all they have. Now, just like not everybody says don't lower your prices means you're going to go out of business, we understand there's anomalies on both ends. Now, if you swing for the fence and you hit it every time, and let's say 10 out of 10 jobs you're getting, that means your price probably isn't even high enough. Every company has their own price, has their own book, has their own structure. That takes into account the market you're in. If you're in the suburbs, if you're in rural country, if you're in metropolitan area, guess what? That all affects your price too. So everybody is in a different situation. But the principle we want to have, because it's not a black and white thing, but the principle that can be transferred around is stop trying to get rich off of every job. Now, do you want to be profitable? Yes. Do you want to make sure, hey, it's worthwhile? Yes, absolutely. Remember, we want to stay in business so we can keep providing service for others. We can keep providing jobs for other people. I say this because one of the biggest contracts that I have that to this day helped me cross 7 digits has been on lowering my price to the point where we have a relationship, we have a reputation, and we have a contracted rate, which is lower than what I would charge somebody off the street brand new, like for service, for example. So that is my example. I've been with them for 3 years now, and we've been killing it in the game. Killing it in the sense for myself. Where I'm at in Connecticut, with our company, we helped and established that pricing so that we can look at the longevity of this relationship and provide a service to others. Now, do I understand you can't do that with every single person? Absolutely, you can. Some people take advantage of you. Some people give you the false promise of, hey, you hook me up here, I'm gonna give you some more work. But then guess what? You get that job and they're gonna ask you to hook you up again. So you're basically making baseline on every single job. That's just not worth it. So that's something I want you guys to keep in mind. You can lower your prices. You can actually make more money by lowering your prices by looking long-term with an individual. And you also want to avoid the idea of getting rich off of one job. That is something that I truly feel is going to help the next generation or even the current generation of contractors. We have to avoid these limiting beliefs or just telling somebody to do something just because that's the way it is. If you don't explain, if you don't give examples, you're only setting somebody up for failure. Because those same people who say, don't do this, I can argue with you and say, this is what I did, the opposite, and it made me successful as well. In the sense where I have met my goal for that year at this, and now my goals are even more. Remember, success is different on everybody. You got to gauge it. So remember, guys, if you're going to take anything away, do not go below your operating costs. Your operating cost is just to keep your lights on, your business day-to-day moving. That is number one. Do not go beyond or below that threshold. 2, when you want to lower your prices, recognize that that is coming from profitability. That is coming from your pocket. If you are going to do something for somebody else, do not put your business at risk so you can look good. Make sure you put that in or take that from your pocket. 3rd, you want to recognize that every circumstance, every contractor has their own pricing book. Stop asking people, how much do you charge for XYZ? America is built on open market. Rates change from contractor to contractor. Overhead changes from contractor to contractor. It's your rate based off of what service you can provide to society. That is what helps you get an upper leg when it comes to competition. That's what helps you differentiate yourself from others. That's what helps you build up your own reputation, not someone else's price book. Oh, he's just another contractor charging that same price. Market dictates your value. Make sure that what you're pushing is genuine. Never compromise quality for quantity. Never compromise people for profits. These are all things you want to keep in mind that's going to help you stay successful when it comes to the skill trades. So when someone says, don't lower your prices or you'll go out of business, challenge them, ask questions. I want to argue back. Stop trying to swing for the fence every time. Hey, take a double, take a single this one. Now, if you are getting 10 out of the 10 jobs at your prices, then you're charging too low, because market should always be competitive. That means you're charging too little. Always look at the principles of things, not laws. Laws vary, principle stays true wherever you go. Remember, keep it up, guys. Proud of you guys. Make sure your pricing, your structure is based off of your needs. And then when you're able to provide that value to sustain it, that's where everything keeps going and circulating. And then as you grow, you adjust your numbers. All right? Stop trying to follow what the big people are doing. Stop trying to follow what someone who's been established 20 years is doing. Make your own pricing. Be competitive. Develop a name for yourself. And keep growing. We need more contractors. We need more skilled people in the trades. Keep doing everything that you're doing. Set the example. If you guys got any questions, concerns, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Let me know what state you're in. And also on top of that, if you guys have any ideas on why it's important to structure these things, or why do I have to charge this or that, check out our other videos, see if they apply to you. And I can't wait to catch you guys